Welcome back to Third Coast Equipment. Today we're going to do another one of the walkarounds that we've had many requests on, and the machine we're going to focus on today is our PR70 Jumpin' Jack Rammer. This rammer has so many well thought out features incorporated in it from our decades of experience in this product line. So we're going to walk around it, but to start with, the high level, this machine is powered by our GXR 120 Honda. So it's a diaphragm style carburetor. You can lay it on its side in the truck, back, upside down, any way you want to without worrying about it flooding. The shoe on this particular rammer is an 11 by 13 shoe. It's a poly shoe, so we are not using a wood laminate shoe, which is a new running change of our rammers. We're going to do a walk around, so I'm going to show you from the shoe up, and we're going to focus in on things like guarding, the air filter and the filtration, the protection, the cover, the lifting point, and also the ergonomics and the handling of this rammer. Take a quick look at the air filtration system. You can see how it's neatly hidden and protected here beneath, recessed below the handle, and then this heavy-duty steel guarding around it. Very, very nicely protected. And that's important because a lot of times people are throwing things at it. You know, when it's jumping up and down in a trench, it might hit a cross brace or something like that, and it could sustain damage. So nice protection there. Let's take a look inside of the housing. So we have a two-stage filtration system. We have this very large cell foam. It's like what you would imagine to be a pre-cleaner. And then beneath that, we have a little bit finer, much finer filter. So you really get this action for additional filtration. Now here's what I really like about this design is if you look down into the housing, actually you have in four corners, you can see where it breathes. You can see right there, see the indirect airflow? And this actually curves down. So if you get large particles of dust and dirt getting drawn up into it, gravity is going to want to tend to hold that dirt down against and then drain out from the ramming action out the sides. So some of the dirt and dust may not even make it to the pre-cleaner, but it is a very dusty and dirty environment, so we plan for the worst. So now what happens here is now we start to move back to the engine itself. So you see the air comes up through the side, would go through these filters, and now it will travel to the engine. Now this is the standard intake air filter on the Honda engine, the GX120R. So now you would go into whatever residual may be left into the filtration system on the engine itself. So you have 4 stages of protection for air filtration. So very nicely done. And again, take a look at this guarding. The guarding is, if you were looking at the machine, straight down, so important that you can get up against the side of a structure, a building, that it stays within the confinement or right at the edge of the handle. And the shoe. Remember, this is a confined area compaction machine. Another really nice feature on this machine is its lifting point. We're using a flexible heavy-duty aircraft cable, and notice one thing that we do is we mount it not to the handle but to this large heavy steel bracket that mounts then to the top of the gear case housing. So the significance of this is many times that these machines are being lifted out of the trench by an excavator with a chain, and if they're stuck in mud, they'll lift them out by this lifting point using the chain and excavator to pull. So what we're doing here is we're not pulling through the shock mounts, we're pulling against this casing. It's much stronger, much more durable. Some of the competition will mount their lifting point from side to side on the handle. And the downside of that is that, one, they're pulling through these shock mounts here, which will prematurely wear them out. In some cases, if it's stuck pretty deep in the mud, they can actually tear those shock mounts, or break the handle itself, because it's taking the whole force of or the weight of the machine and the force of the excavator to lift it out. So we have just found through our years of experience, that's a much better way to do it. Always comes down to the detail, doesn't it? We have a very nice heavy-duty cap that goes in. It's a ratchet style, so you don't get leaks. You can lay it on its side, back, front, upside down, whatever. You're not going to get any leaks out of this, and yet it still has ventilation through it that'll hold up in even the dustiest and dirtiest environments. Our throttle is very nicely positioned, located, also very heavy duty, right here by the operator's hands. Here is that 4 horsepower GX R120 with your diaphragm style carburetor, so that you don't have floats or anything like that can flood out in a ramming application. So this engine's actually designed and made for a rammer. I want you to take a look at the frequency and the speed, the amplitude of this machine, how fast it's hitting, and just how hard and how high it's jumping. These are the key components for optimizing your compactive efforts. Once again, we want to thank you for tuning in to Third Coast Equipment Product Review.